What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Trading Wars. Thanks for joining me today. Welcome, my friends. We are back again for another awesome Sunday recap. So today we'll be looking at all of the trades that we took in the Discord last week. We'll be looking at some outlook for the market. Right now, futures has gapped down, but it already filled that gap pretty quickly, which is a pretty interesting sign here. If I just take a quick snapshot here, look at that, we could see that tag that 618, there was an algo sitting there. So that's something we'll be looking at, all right? So if you're ready, my friends, let's step into the war zone and let's get right to it, all right? So who do we have in the building? And let's give some shout outs. Dolly, Bill, Hart, Corey, Briggs, Trading Wars Army, Kevin, Hader, Todd, Greg, Trading Wars Army, Crossbars, Alicia, Dan, Anthony, Grumpy Boomer, Dex, Marcelo, Trading Wars Army, CDP, Trading Wars Army, SY, Frank, Gus, Dr. D, Bad Indie, Trading Wars Army, Reggie Jones, Jesse, MJ. Good to see you guys. All right. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from Friday, and then I'm going to work our way back, and then I'm going to show you guys everything step by step, get the pen and the pad out, and I'm going to do my very best to educate you guys the best that I can. All right, so let's go ahead and we hit the replay. Boom. Okay, so we're going on Friday. So what I'm going to do, the first thing is always drop the previous day's high, which is right there. Okay, so we can zoom in so we can see this. There's the previous day's high. Here's the previous day's low. Okay, so this is Thursday's price action. So you could see on Thursday we had a gap down and we trended upwards after touching this fib. So we just want to kind of get an idea before we go into Friday. But why do we like trading Fridays? Well, we love trading Fridays because Fridays are full of volatility. So now let's go ahead and put our long trigger, which was 373.66. Okay, so our long trigger is a line in the sand where we're looking to get long if price touches that level. So there we go. So go ahead and put this in green. So there we have our layout. Okay, so here's the previous day's high, here's the previous day's low, here is our line in the sand long. Okay, so hit me with a 2 if you're ready and your setup chart is ready to go as well. Tradingwars.com, brother. How can I join your server? Tradingwars.com, brother. So let's go ahead and you guys ready? Okay, so this is what you should do every morning is have your plan, your high, your low, your triggers, if you use triggers, and then we go ahead and let the first candle play. Boom. Okay. So here we go. We have a gap up. We could see we're gapping up above the previous day's high. And this is something we see a lot on Fridays is we see gaps. And a lot of the times on Friday gap ups, we actually tend to fill some of the gap. And this is something we've been seeing lately. In a bear market, that's what you're going to see a lot. You're going to see gap ups get faded, whereas in a bull market, gap ups will get bought because people just get FOMO and they get scared that they missed the move. Nowadays, with the bear market context, there's just people are shorting, right? And no one is worried about chasing. So that's something you have to consider when you see price action like this. And we know Friday is going to be a very volatile day. Okay, so let's go ahead into my Friday commentary and I'll walk you through what I was thinking in the morning. So good morning, friends. Gap up today. Let's be ready. Long trigger is 373.66. I will leave that open for a retest. Thinking about taking an orb today, we can make it 3 orb winners this week. So that's something I want you guys to write down is that this week, all of the opening range breakouts were winners. And it's really a testament to sticking to your strategy. Some weeks are going to be better than others, but when you have weeks like this, when it works every single trading opportunity, you make the most money. Okay, so we ended up getting short at 933. So how did we enter? So when you have the first 3-minute bar here, this is your opening range breakout setup. What you do is you can draw the high and the low of that bar so you can mark it. Okay, so let's mark this in yellow. And what we're saying here is the first 3-minute bar has a range. And once that range breaks, we're going to choose to go in that direction. So we have a neutral bias. If it breaks to the downside, we will short. If it breaks to the upside, we will go long. And you'll see how important this is because we took 3 orbs this week. All 3 were winners. 1 was long and 2 were short. And we just let the price action dictate how we trade. And I'll show you the long one, which was sometimes you have to change your perspective because your mind might be telling you short, 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 short. But if the price action changes, you have to be able to adapt. Okay. So here we go. Boom. We broke down there and we entered our short trade. And what I like to do is put the Fibonacci on the candle. And what I'm looking for is first target. So these are my partials at 272 and the 50 extension. Got it right away, right off the bat, really, really clean. And once we get down here, guys, into the 50, we go ahead and put the stop loss to break even for protection. And I was able to take these runners pretty far, all the way down to our long trigger. So remember, here's our long trigger. So I took it all the way down, boom, we got filled on our long trigger right there. And then, to be honest, I was a little bit scared about this long trigger, and I know a lot of people in the room were. But we just stuck with the setups, and we knew that Friday is very volatile, so that's why we wanted to play this as well. And we turned around, took a little bit of time, but finally we turned right back around, and we were able to get this winner as well. So pretty great start to the morning. On Friday, we had a 30-point winner on the orb. The trigger was 20 points. And unfortunately, if I swap over to the 5 minutes here, you could see that the Fibonacci was blown right through. Okay. Fast forward it there, minus 15 points on the Fibonacci. A little bit unfortunate because we weren't able to, do anything. It was just a straight stop out, but nonetheless, still a profitable day. Net 35 points, $1,750 on futures. All right. All right. So go ahead and hit me with an 8, if that made sense. And I will say that on Friday, it's extremely volatile, and you can see sometimes it just does whatever it wants because of that volatility. And you could see that the fib did not work at all on Friday from the intraday perspective. However, there was something that I wanted to teach you guys, which is called the bonus gap fill Fibonacci. So this is an old school Fibonacci strategy that I used to trade. And I still do trade it, but it's not that popular anymore because I don't really focus on it. But it's in my books right here. Let me just show you guys if you want to follow along. In the book, there is a section called Gaps and Fibonacci Trading. So, you could see we had this big gap, right, on Friday. So there's our open gap. So a lot of the times price action will come right back into the gap and fill it using the fib. So the technique that I developed, and everybody has their own way, but for me, I like taking the high of the last closing bar and bringing it up to the high of the gap fill. And then you could see we had the 786 retracement here. Okay. So that's a little bonus I wanted to share with you guys in case some of you guys love to trade gaps. I used to do that a lot back in the day. All right. So hit me with an 11 if that gap fill made sense. Okay. That's a gap fill fib. And we will continue now on to Thursday. All right. So I'm just going to put this in the corner. We will come back to that. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead here. Let me just put these in the corner. All right, so let's go ahead and hit the replay for Thursday. Okay. So Thursday was the day after FOMC. And you'll see something about Thursday, which is really interesting. And I'm going to show you guys that. But let's go ahead and mark our high and our low. Okay, so here's our high and our low. We have FOMC. You could see that it was crazy price action going into the Thursday. So again, we're going to go to the first 3-minute bar right here. And the first candle comes in and we gap down. Okay. So this is another opening range breakout winner. Okay. So let's go ahead and discuss this. How do you join the server? Right here, brother, right here on the website. Okay. I keep seeing you say the same question right here. Okay. All right. So the opening range breakout, morning leg fib, afternoon leg fib. So let's discuss this because I want to show you guys the power of just trading the price action and not letting your own bias get in the way. So we gap down right here. We have a big red bearish candle. So let's do a quick survey. How many of you guys, when seeing this price action, feel like you want to short? Or how many of you feel like you want to go long? So hit me with a 1 if you feel like you want to go short. Hit me with a 2 if you feel like you want to go long. What do you feel when you see this price action? So let's get down to the psychology here. Okay. And while you're letting me know that, I'll go ahead into the Discord and I'll just show you guys what we did here. So this was the 11th, right? The 3rd of November. 3rd of November. There we go. Yep. Okay, so I see a mix. right? I see a mix. That's good. So how do you let the price action dictate? So here's my commentary. You could see 1 minute to open. Let's be ready. Keep the size small. Volatility likely is going to be high. Big win last 2 days. No need to give it back. All right, friends, I'm going to try the 3-minute orb with small size to test the waters today. So we went long at 9:33. So why? Okay, well, the opening range breakout, like I said, you just take the break of the candle. You don't let the bias get in the way. Okay. So you take the break of the candle. So if it breaks the low, I want to short. If it breaks the high, I want to go long. Okay. Very simple. So you'll see the next candle comes in here, boom, breaks right through the top. And this one was a really nice little day trade because you could see the first candle was bearish, but the second candle ignored that bear and just pushed right up. So what do we do? Again, put our Fibonacci on the low to the high. And we took our first target on the 272 and then boom, right there on the 5618, stop at break even. And we added on this Fibonacci right here. So I'm going to show you how we added using the Fibonacci. Okay. So what we did is after these two candles, we had our low and our high anchor like this. And if you go over to the 5-minute chart, you'll see that we had this huge wick at the bottom. So this was a sign that there was a bullish algo. So what we did is we loaded up on the 618 also because we saw that algo there. So we had our orb plus the 618 and we took it straight to the extensions for a nice W. Okay. So let me just go ahead and show you that Fibonacci play. Let me just make sure I have the right date, guys. Sorry. So this is November 3rd. So that's the 4th. Here is the 3rd right here. Okay. So there we go. So morning leg, golden zone. So remember that candle I just showed you there with that big wick. Once we saw that candle, we were pretty convinced that there was a bullish algorithm there, and we got long right there on the 618. You can see 618 filled long, 618 successful reload so far. We popped right back up to the 382, and then boom, we made a new high, and that's what we're looking for to lock in profit. So really, really clean. But something that I want to show you guys is the power of taking profits, right? So let's get back. So we had our orb, 5 points winner, morning leg fib, another 5 points winner. That's 10 points. That's $500 off the bat, right? But look, if you don't get your stop to break even, or if you don't start taking profits, look what happens next. Boom. You see that? So when you're a day trader, you have to be able and you have to be willing to take some profits, at the very most some. At the very minimum some. You don't have to take everything off the table, but you need to get in the habit of locking in profit, because as quickly as the setups are beautiful and they have the pullbacks and the orbs and everything, it's as quickly as they can disappear. Okay, so hit me with a 7 if that makes sense. You need to be willing to take profits. You need to be willing to move the stop loss up. And I give you guys a very simple way to do that, right? So we take the orb. Once we get to that 50% extension, put the stop loss to break even. You see how that protects you there? So you lock in your profits, put the break even on the runner. And then with the fib, we have a very simple way as well, right? We get in on our 618, stop is at the swing low. We make a new high, we scale out, get the stop loss to break even. You keep it extremely simple, guys. And that's what I love about our style of trading, is that we have rules and we have, keep it simple, guys, as much as we can. Keep it simple. We don't have to complicate things. That's why I love the fibs, because fib is like step A. Okay, then move on to B. There's nothing like, well, is this a flag? Is this a hag? Is this a sag? There's nothing like that, guys. It's just very straightforward. Okay. All right. And then from there, you'll see we pushed down and we waited a little bit here. Normally we would draw our afternoon leg from high to low like this. And I know a lot of people had some questions about it, but the reason we did not do that is we noticed that, again, this bullish algorithm over here, and that we traded to the pullback and to the extension. So we wanted to wait, because this bullish algo basically was, we thought was done, right? It had a push, pull back, extension. So we thought this move was done. So we waited a little bit here for the afternoon leg. And thankfully we did, because it squeezed right through. And then once it squeezed there, we went ahead and we swapped over our Fibonacci. So we went from low to high like this. I'm going to go ahead and put this on the basic right here. So what we had here was a 50. Okay, so I'll go ahead and put that on the 50 right there. And remember, with the 50, what I like to do with the 50 is I like to see 2 touches. Okay, so here. I'm just going to keep extending the anchor until we start to pull back right there. Okay, so this is how you do it in real time. Keep moving that anchor and then there's your 50. Okay, so once it came to the 50 here, I don't like to pull the trigger on the 50 right away. I want to see, is it going to come back down and hold? So right there, that was your hold of the 50. Bam, right there. That was that entry. And then that one took us right back up for another 5 points. So overall, 15 points, $750. Something to notice, something to note that was pretty crazy about Thursday was the average range of the candles were only a few points, whereas on Friday it was double or triple. So this is something that I wanted to mention to you guys is sometimes if it's extremely volatile or if it's less volatile, you have to adjust your sizing accordingly. Okay. So what does that mean? If it's very, very tight range, you can trade with more size. If it's a very big range, you trade with less size. Okay. Depending on what you're comfortable with, but always be aware of that. Okay. All right. All right. So hit me with a 10 if that sounds good. It's been 16 minutes and I've only got through 2 days. That's crazy. I got to pick it up. All right. Let's go to the FOMC day now. Go ahead and hit the replay right there. And we'll go ahead and draw our low and our high. So we're on the FOMC day now. And we started off with a short trigger. So a lot of people ask me, how do you trade on the FOMC? How was it different? Well, the FOMC, the announcements usually happen in the afternoon. So that being said, you still have the full morning to trade, right? And we trade it just like we would trade any other day. And we usually, if we have a good runner into FOMC, you can hold that runner. If you have a good lotto, you can hold it. But if you're not in a good position into FOMC, then you need to cancel the trade or you just need to stop trading. So we didn't have any great positions into FOMC, but we made a lot of money in the morning. We made $1,000 in the morning, so we didn't need to trade it. Okay. So I remember this day exactly. It's in my head because our short level was 384. So let's go into the Discord now and I will walk you through my commentary. Let's get the date, November 2nd. So right here. So good morning, inside open. Let's be careful today, friends. FOMC also, so keep the size small. So our short trigger is 384. Keep an eye on it. So I remember this vividly because our trigger was a whole number, 384. And you could see at 9:30, guys, we got filled. And I let everybody know 1 minute to go. High chance we will short trigger at open. Who's ready? So at 9:29 in the pre-market, I saw that we were hovering right on this level. So I let everybody know, get your orders in the broker so you can set your orders through the automation. The ones that I teach you guys with interactive brokers, you can automate your orders. Link is in the description if you guys need some help with that. So we had our order ready short at 384. So let's go ahead and watch the price action here. So first candle comes in, guys. Watch this, okay? The high of this candle was 383.94. This is weird, guys. 1 second here. 383. I vividly remember the high being 384. I don't remember it being 383.98. That's actually weird. I remember we did the video, it was 384 because we got filled at 384. So this is definitely a glitch on Tradingview. Yep, that's a glitch. So can somebody open up their Think or Swim and let me know what the first bar on the Wednesday, the high was? Because I 100% remember it being 384 because we shorted at 384. And I also did a YouTube video on the Wednesday and the high was 384. So this is 100% a glitch on Tradingview. Anyways, so let's continue right here. So 384, keep an eye on it. You can see 930 short trigger activated. Send the red. Target 1, 383.62. Target yesterday's low, 383.30. So right here, guys, off the open, what we're looking for is if we get filled with the short trigger, it needs to be, if you get filled with the short trigger at the open, it needs to flush right away. Because if you get filled at the open, there's a very high chance it can go either way. So I'm always watching. As soon as we get filled, I want to see it turn. And when it turns, I want to see it to press down and break through the previous day's low, which it did. So we got that short trigger there for 10 points. And then we swapped over to the 5-minute chart right here, guys. And we had this beautiful morning leg Fibonacci with confirmation. So I'll go ahead here and I'll draw that fib from the high to the low. So you see we came on the 50, guys, and we put in this double inside bar. So this is what we call a confirmation pattern. So if I go back to the book right here, this brother right here says 384.06 on my Tradingview, and this one says, this brother right here says exactly. Yeah, something's up there. So that's weird. But if we go right here to the book, guys, candlestick confirmation. All right, so that's what we're talking about here. We pull into the 50, we have this double inside bar, and we crush lower. Okay, so this one was a beauty as well. So that's how you can use the fib combined with the candlesticks. There's your short entry right there. Take that right down. Short trigger 10 points, morning leg fib 10 points. And then we just, after that, guys, we had enough to eat, and we just waited on the sidelines for the FOMC. Did not take any trades during the FOMC. Yeah, and you could see the FOMC was pretty brutal, but we had this Holy Grail confirmation pattern. So anyone that used that Holy Grail, part of my free indicators, this one was a nice little sell-off, nice little winner. And that's what I recommend trading FOMC. Either use the fibs, so you could see we had some Fibonacci pullbacks, extension here, another Fibonacci pullback here, another Fibonacci pullback there, or wait for the advanced patterns like the Holy Grail. Okay. All right. Yeah. So hit me with a 10 if that makes sense. Yeah, we had a lot of 50s this week. First time I've seen that all year. A lot of 50s. So we have to pay attention and see if the algorithms are doing more of 50s. And if they're doing more 50s, then we can adapt. But I'll be tracking it over the next few months. I always track all the trades and I have the data. And every 2 months, I do a seminar with the army in the Discord. And depending on if the 50 starts to play a little bit more, then we can change our entries a little bit. But until then, we just continue to do what's working. All right. Okay. So let's go ahead here and we're going to go to Tuesday. Here's our low and our high. We'll hit the replay and you are going to help me do this one. Okay. This was our actual biggest day of the day, the biggest day of the day. This was the biggest day of the week in terms of just one clean trade, 50 points on one trade. Really, really nice. So I want you guys to tell me now, okay? Because I've been teaching you guys. So let's see. All right. So the first 3-minute bar, here we go. We are gapping up. Okay. So what strategy can we use right here? Okay. Strategy can we use? Well, we have a gap up, we have volatility, right? So the first thing we can do is an opening range breakout. Okay. How do we do that? We'll go ahead here and we'll put our high and our low marked up. Okay. Let's go into the Discord now and I'll walk you through my live commentary. Okay. So this was the 11th. So 2 minutes to open. Who's ready? I'm going to try the orb on the 3-minute chart. Keep the size small as premiums will be high. Let's go. Okay. So this was a very, very good trade. Okay. And I will tell you why. This trade tested our patience, and those who had patience and those who had a plan made a lot. Okay. So here's our first 3-minute bar. Next bar comes in inside. Okay. So I'm telling everyone in the chat. So far avoiding a lot of chop, which is a good thing. Patience. They're crushing all the premium. Feels good to be on the sidelines. So it was waiting and waiting and waiting until 9:45. It took 15 minutes to get into this orb. Orbs you usually get in within the first 3 minutes, right? So this one, guys, you could see inside bar, next candle. Okay, we're just hanging around in the range. Okay, but we're staying disciplined and we're waiting for the range to break. All right. And then one thing I noticed, I remember this day when I took the Fibonacci from the high to the low, I could see right here, if I add the 786, that we had this algorithm that came in. So once I saw that this huge wick came in, I was pretty confident that this was going to break to the downside because we could see the algorithm loading up actually twice, 786 once, 786 twice. Their protection was the high of the day. And then right after that, boom, Boom. There. You see how beautiful that is, guys? That was nice. That was really, really good. Because we were patient. It took us 15 minutes, but we waited. We read the price action. We ended up getting short at 9:45 once we broke the low, and then we flushed completely down. Bam. Okay, so let me go back here. Right there. So huge, huge, huge sell off. And when I saw this sell off coming in, normally I would still take my long and short trigger, but I went ahead and canceled those triggers. I'll show you guys right here. So I said, I'm not taking long trigger, guys, riding my shorts. Yeah, so I didn't, the long trigger was right around here. And because I had this big win on the short, I wanted to hold it. And I decided to cancel my long, and I took this all the way down. Whereas on Friday, I covered it and then swapped over. Okay, so I made the decision to keep it. The reason why I wanted to do that was, again, because this algorithm that I saw up here gave me a good, strong hint that this could be a massive day. And the orb, 50 points, guys. That's $2,500 on futures. Really, really nice. All right. Boom. Okay. Okay. All right. We got one more day. I'm just going to go through this one quickly. So here was our low right there and our high up here. So you'll see on Monday that we went inside. So we did not break the high or the low of Friday. So I did not take any triggers, and we did play with some fibs, but nothing too crazy. It was I didn't take a lot of trades here, guys, because we were inside. So just just for some reference points though, we had this first morning leg was a failure. You could see we broke through, but it depends if you were scalping it, because if you scalped it, the 618 filled and popped right back up. So you had a nice chance to go to break even there. And then from there, if I go from high to low here, you could see 618 again took us back down, and then I can swap it over here from low to high. So there was a lot of fibs. Again, another 786 taking us back up. There was a lot of fibs, and then we started stair stepping on the sequence. Okay, started going back up and down, and then our low high again, another 618. So there was a lot of opportunities, but I didn't take much because, again, we opened inside and we ended up with an inside day. And those days are usually the most choppiest, and you could see all the back and forth we had. But that being said, the fibs were still golden, and I know a lot of you guys did crush it. Yeah. All right, there we go, my friends. So there is the recap done in 30 minutes. I really took my time today, and I tried to explain things as the best as I could. So please, guys, trust me, there's a lot of people that are dying to charge you $5,000 for what I just taught you. And there's a lot of people that copy my material and then they try to sell it to you as well. So what I would really appreciate, guys, is hit me with the like and the subscribe. That's all I'm asking for here, guys. It's taken me a long time to learn these concepts, and just help support me here. And I promise I will keep bringing you the golden nuggets. All right. Thank you very much. Let's continue. Okay, so a few things. I want to talk about the overview of the market. I want to take a look at the DraftKings trade we took. I also want to do a giveaway. And then I also want to talk about the swing trade that we have set up as well. Okay, so I think we have a swing trade on MU. I believe it's on MU. Yeah, it's on MU. Okay. All right, so let's start off with DraftKings. So we will start off with DraftKings first. This does not look right. Something's wrong with this. Something's wrong with the Tradingview charts. This does not look right at all. Yeah, something is wrong, my friends, with the Tradingview chart right now. It is glitched out, guys. Glitched out. Or am I glitched out? I'm glitched out. Sorry, it was D-Dog. There we go. My bad. I got them confused. All right, so let's go ahead and recap this. So D-Dog, $3,019 on Friday. This was the Lotto Friday trade. The 75 puts went from $1.25 to $5.90, 372%. So for those of you who did not see this yet, I want to go ahead and show you. Let's see this, brother Sean. Thank you for the donation, my brother. Appreciate that. If it's an orb as well as IB, what broke do we play the first candle or the latest? Thanks. I like to just wait for the first candle, the orb. I ignore the inside bars. I wait for the orb. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and let's look at this strategy here. So why did we want to play D-Dog on Lotto Friday? Well, because we had a inside bar on Thursday, and it was also at a major support. So if we go here to the 5-minute, this is what we call the big box, small box strategy. So our big box is Wednesday's price action. Our Thursday price action is a smaller box. So you can see for 2 days that price has gone sideways and the range is getting tighter. So that's why I wanted to hit D-Dog on Friday. I specifically wanted to short it, like I said, because it was consolidating and it was at support for a long time, and I was looking for that to break. All right, so let me go ahead and get that play. So D-Dog was our one of our picks in the Discord, in the stock room. Our short was 75.22. So this is a trigger trade, 75.22. Here we go. First candle comes in, and this is what we call an A+ trigger, my friend. So notice how we open pretty much at 75.30. We push up to a high of 75.48, and then we start selling off. Wham! And that is what we're looking for with these inside bar breakouts. We're looking for there to be a lot of trap buyers. So buyer, 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 all these buyers in the last 2 days. And then when we open and we flush through, we want to hit their stop loss, crush it down. And if I fast forward here, guys, that was all she wrote. Really clean, $3,019. Nice. And this was fully automated. Okay. So let me know if you guys want another guide on automation on Interactive Brokers. I'll show you how I set this trade up. Just go ahead and hit me in the comment section if you're interested on that. And I'll get that video for you guys soon. All right. So MU. Now we're looking at a swing trade. So MU on the weekly is closing with this holy grail. You can see the last time we had a holy grail was in August, and we sold off pretty hard. We sold off from about 60.56 all the way down to $50, guys, $49. So we have another holy grail set up, and I scanned this on the weekend, and I went ahead, guys, and I posted it for anybody in the Trading Wars Army on YouTube. We have the swing trade set up ready to go if anybody is interested and wants to play along. So let me just go ahead and show you. So if you guys join the channel right here, it's $3.99 for your first month, and then $4.99 after that. I'll just drop the link in here. And I went ahead and I posted the MU Holy Grail setup right there. Our long and short is in here for members. Anyone that's interested in playing that. We've been pretty successful with our swing trades this year. Okay, so let's go ahead with MU. I really like this. Very similar here, and also here you could see the last Holy Grail setups were pretty solid. Again, another one very similar. April 19th. Look at that beautiful sell-off. Looks kind of similar to what we have now. So I'm going to be waiting to enter this trade for an opportunity. Looks good to go. Okay, so let's get back to the stock market, the S&P 500. We had this beautiful outside bar close last week, and the last outside bar close we had, guys, was this massive bar that led to a sell-off. Where is my tool? I lost it. Here we go, right there. And we were able to get involved short previously on this double outside bar pattern. We can look at these outside bars in the past, guys. They have been very good indication of just a good direction, right? So we just take the break. If it breaks the low, short, breaks the high, go long. So this is very similar to an opening range breakout in the sense that you're using the weekly bar, okay? So isn't that really fascinating, guys? You can use an orb on the weekly and you can become a swing trader instead of a day trader, right? So there's no excuse. Everybody can be a part of the market, whether you're paper trading, whether you're swing trading or day trading. Isn't it awesome? Hit me with a 5 if it's great, you know, and those are the type of stuff that make me love trading. Just knowing that no matter what, if I'm not, you know, even if I can't day trade, I still have ways to be in it. And it's just this, it's like this sport that never ends, you know, and doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter if you're not athletic or athletic, your height, it does not matter, guys. Anybody can be involved. All right. So forgive me, I'm losing my voice. So here's the high of last week, right around there, and the low. So this range is going to be very important. There is a possibility that we have an inside week. If we do, that will become a holy grail. But if not, look for these lows and highs to be key pivot points this week to see if we break either side and if we have some good follow through. You can see the last time we broke that outside bar in September, we flushed right away. So let's see how it reacts. And remember, right now, overnight, look, we have a Nirvana. The Nirvana is one of my indicators. This one's doing pretty good right now. But overnight, we gapped down, see the gap, but then we filled it pretty quickly, which is interesting. That shows me that somebody was trying to buy the dip. That being said, the gap fill is always an area of resistance. So I'm very interested to see how we react right over here. But I'll go ahead and check it out in the morning. Okay. As always, guys, check me out at tradingwars.com. I appreciate you and I appreciate your time. And I want to thank you for being 211 people strong. It makes me very happy to see you guys here. So like I said, if you grab any one of my books, you get 1 month for free. You can come trade with us live tomorrow. This is the Fibonacci book where I refer to a lot. And part 2 of the Fibonacci book is all about automating Fibonacci and options together, which is a very powerful tool. You also get the premium indicators for life, the Nirvana and the Golden. And this book right here, the SPY Options Mastery, is everything you need to know about SPY futures, options, shares, the orbs, the fractals, the triggers, the fibs as well, but not as in detail as the other book, and then swing trading. So I also have the Lotto Friday strategy in there as well. And I think I did a really good job here with this book to really cover everything. So if you're interested, guys, like I said, get a copy, get 30 days with us in the Discord, or you can sign up right here on the main page. All right. So what I'm going to do right now is we're going to wrap this up with a giveaway and we will be done. All right. So before I lose my voice, what we're going to do is we're going to pick somebody from one of the recent videos and the comments. All right. So here are my recent videos. So this video did really, really well. The SP 500, actually this one did really well. Why do robots rule the stock market with fibs? So I'm just going to go ahead and pause that right there. So we have 63 comments. That's a lot. So I'm going to give you guys a chance to leave a comment right now. Go ahead and leave a comment on the page and we will do the giveaway. Jeff Iser with the $3 super sticker, or Iser. Sorry, brother, if I butchered your name. Thank you so much, my friend. I very much appreciate that. Thank you. All right, so go ahead and leave that comment. Don't forget, if you guys want to join the army, it's only $4.99 right now for the swing trade. All right, let's see what we got here. Everybody, welcome back to Trading Wars. Thanks for joining. 70. Okay, I'll give it another 20 seconds. So go ahead and get your comments in there. It looks like all of you guys already commented though. And we got that spam up in here. Bam. Get rid of those spammers. Definitely join the Discord. Thank you, brother. Hopefully we get another good week. It's been really good. Really, really good. All right, everybody, so welcome back. There we go. 85. Let's do this. So I'm going to pop open the random number generator. 1 to 85. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 32. Okay. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 1, 2. Right here is brother Greg Steele. You are the winner, my friend. I've seen you in the chat. Thank you so much for the support. Thanks for being a part of the army. I love the logo. And you are the winner. I'm going to hook you up with your book and 1 month for free in the room. Thank you, Mr. Greg. Go ahead and shoot me an email or message me on Discord or Twitter, and I will take care of you. All right, guys, thanks for being here. I hope you learned something, and thanks for sticking around. And we will always be doing these giveaways. Okay, we will always be doing this giveaway. Here is another one of these scammers. So we'll go ahead right there and remove. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe.